everyone. Good morning and welcome to Morning Verses with Mike. I hope your day has started off great so far. I appreciate you hopping over here and joining me. For those of you that are watching live, that's fantastic. Thank you so much. If you're watching later, that's great as well. Bambi, good morning. Been a few mornings since I've seen you over here live, so I appreciate you jumping in here and joining me. So this program, I just celebrate God. We share the Word of God, share some faith, share some positivity, or get people rolling in the morning. If you have a Bible verse that's impacting you, do me a favor, share that in the sidebar or share it on your page. You know, tag me in it. I would love to have you participate in a conversation with you on faith and God and the Bible. And so that's something I haven't forgot, or man, I am really on it this morning. That's something I've forgotten to ask some mornings. If you have a verse that is speaking to you, if it's impacting you, just share that and let's continue on the conversation. Good morning, Ryan. Nice to see you. So I'm going to dive right into it this morning. And this morning I'm sharing from Luke chapter 18, verse 27. And like I was saying, this program, basically I get up, I share one, maybe two verses, we dive into it, have a little conversation, and then everybody gets on their day with their day, and it's positive and it's great. So that's the whole aim and the whole goal of this. I do stream this program live each morning from my Morning Verses with Mike Facebook page, as well as the Morning Verses with Mike YouTube channel. Also, for the people that are regularly watching, I've been saying this at the end, I'm going to say this at the beginning. I am wrapping up this series, the Morning Verses with Mike series, the end of December here, right at Christmas. And I'm going to be resharing my 30 days of Bible verses, which I did almost a year ago. It's so crazy, time flies. So if you'd like to see the recap of those, I would encourage you to continue to tune in. Normally I'm doing this live, so I'm just giving everybody, I don't know if you want to say fair warning, but giving everybody a heads up that I'm going to be sharing the kind of the reruns, if you will. So I'd love for you to join me for that. So 1827 says, he replied, what is impossible for people is possible with God. Now, note, for the people that are really into the context of the Bible, this is not going to be probably exactly in context. Because when when reading this verse, it's talking about the rich man and rich men getting to heaven, and that's not necessarily the context I'm sharing this in this morning. So I'm giving you fair warning. But this is where he is speaking to me right now, and so that's one of the goals for this. Is as I read that, and this came to me last night, and he replied, "What is impossible for people is possible with God," and it's one of those when I was like, okay, if I need to hear this, maybe someone else does too. And that's why I wanted to share it in this manner. So the unique question to ask yourself on this is, has God done the impossible with you? Has God reached in and allowed you to at least start to approach the impossible? Because with God, he allows us to reach farther, to grow more, to see boundlessly further than we can do on our own. See, so often with men and women, we push to that point that we think we can make it, but we can move limitlessly further with God than without him. So I'm going to reread the verse again. It says, he replied, what is impossible for people is possible with God. I'll close on this for you this morning. We cannot save ourselves. We need faith to do that. We can't save ourselves. We need God to do that. So don't abandon him, and especially where it becomes difficult is when we start to see some of the worldly success and we start to enjoy that. We think, well, that's what we've made possible, and the reality is it's not what we've made possible, it's what He's made possible, and He's allowed us to move past and outside of ourselves. So you need to keep Him. Keep in the faith. Stay in the faith. Stay rooted that way. So that's the whole message for this morning. We got to stay grounded. We have got to stay grounded. Don't get so that this is one of those where it's saying, hey, sometimes you got to bruise your ego, right? You got to stay grounded and rooted and true in that faith. So thank you for getting up and joining me this morning. Remember, I'm doing the 6:15 a.m. Mountain Time. Like I said, at Christmas time, I'm going to stop this series and I'm going to do the early replay of 30 Days of Bible Verses, and I would love for you to continue to join me for that. I look forward to seeing you again soon, and until we speak next, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. Thanks, and we'll talk to you soon, everybody.